Hi guys, so today I'm going to be doing a what's on my iPhone video, and I just thought I'd show you the apps that I use on a day-to-day basis. So I've had this iPhone SE for around 3 days now, and I've only installed the apps that I use. So starting from the top, we've got our usual Apple apps which come standard on every phone really, just messages, calendar, photos, camera, weather, clocks, maps, videos, wallet, notes, reminders, iTunes, App Store, books, news. You've heard all of that before, and the settings that just come standard on every iPhone. So starting from the front page, I have installed Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat and the YouTube app, because they're the most important apps to me at the moment, so that's what I have on my front page. Down at the bottom, I always have the phone, the mail, the internet, Safari and Twitter, always in that order. I don't know why, I just use Twitter a lot, so that's why that's always down in the bottom right hand corner. So moving on to the next page, I have, starting from the top, an Apple folder with all of the apps that I never seem to use, the ones that come installed but you can't delete, so all of those Apple apps. Then moving on, I have the music app there, Health, and Facetune, which is a photo editing software app where you can take an image and basically change it. So this guy here, you can see he's got quite a lot of things going on. So say there's a spot there or a mole, whatever that one is, you can patch it up by doing that and removing it completely. So you can see there what it looked like before and now that it's gone. So yeah, that's a good photo editing app. I use Spotify for basically all of my music. I do buy things on iTunes if I really like the artist, but most of my music is through Spotify there. Music Memos, which is a nice new Apple app where you can record your ideas for any music compositions that you've got going on or anything like that. Yep, next, the NHS BMI tracker app is really helpful for keeping track of your weight and the recommendations for what you should be eating, exercising, all of that. That's what that does, and it tells you basically what your BMI is. Next to that, we've got Tumblr, which I like to use quite regularly. It's just nice scrolling through some photos sometimes. Down from that, we've got MyFitnessPal and MapMyRun, which basically work in sync, and MyFitnessPal uses a co-processor in the phone to track how many steps you've done a day, and you can add everything you've eaten in the day to that app as well, so it's nice to keep track of what you've eaten, how much you've exercised, and then you can like balance your life properly with using that app. I like using that every day. It does take some time, but it is worth doing if you're trying to lose some weight or something like that. MapMyRun next to it is basically, it works in sync with MyFitnessPal, so if you tap it and MapMyRun, when you go on a run, it'll calculate how far you've gone, how fast, how many calories you've burned, how long. It tracks all the songs you listen to, so if you don't want to look what song you're listening to, it tells you there what you've listened to during the run. So these two apps are quite handy for me actually. Next to that, eBay, Shazam, because I often go out and hear a song and I want to know what it is, so I'll press Shazam and I'll find out instantly what the song is. Find My Friends. Recently, me and my friends have all got this so we can track each other where we are on a night out. If someone goes missing, we can be like, right, one of them's at the hospital, so that's how that works. Messenger, that's just for Facebook, so all of my messages from there come through there. ASOS, which is a really good shopping app. It's basically where I get most of my clothes. There is also the ASOS online, obviously. Yeah, it's really handy. If you pay £10, you get next day delivery for a whole year, and it's just really good. You also get student discount as well, so yeah, that's a good one. WhatsApp, again, it's just messaging app to keep in contact. I'm sure you already know all about that. My Vodafone is for my contract, just to keep up to date with all of my usage, with minutes, text, internet, mainly internet. I don't usually use it as an actual phone. Yeah, next to that is the Chrome app, because sometimes it's nice to have just more than Safari. BBC News, it's nice to keep in touch with the world, see what's going on everywhere. Yeah, that's that one. Next to that, we've got SoundCloud. I mean, it's some really good producers use that. There's some really good electronic music, dance music. I mean, there's everything you could really wish for in there, so that's a nice one to use. And also, if you're a musician and you want to upload something that you've done, I mean, it's easy to target people so they can listen to your stuff, and it's just a nice app. Next, I like the Apple Store app because you can just see it's very nicely laid out and just, yeah, it looks nice. Don't really use it a lot, but just shows you all the nice Apple things, really. So yeah. Next to the Apple Store app, I've got PayPal because I do tend to use eBay quite a lot, so that's quite handy when it just goes hand in hand, really. Yik Yak is more of a university app, but it's basically nearby. Everyone sends anonymous messages or things, and people upvote and downvote. It can be quite funny, can get a bit aggressive because everyone's anonymous. So yeah, Countdown is a good app for your calendar to count down when things are, basically. So it'll tell you how many days, how many hours, how many minutes, how many seconds until an event that you're looking forward to or something like that. So that's why that's there. Speed test. Now this tests how quick your internet connection is. If you've got your SIM card in, it'll do it from that. If you're on Wi-Fi like I am right now, and I'll just show you how shockingly slow my internet is at home. It just does a little quick speed test on that. Be prepared for how bad this is. .5 megabytes of download, which is nothing. And literally .5 megabyte of upload, which is exactly why I have to upload these YouTube videos from my 4G SIM card, and it uses a lot of my data, so that's an annoyance, but oh well. Yeah, so on from that one is Unidays, which if you go to university or college, it's a nice app where you can get discounts on things. So they'll often do 10% on most shops like ASOS, 15% on the Apple Store there. Yeah, you have to sign up for it, but it's very good, and you can get a lot of stuff for cheaper with this app if you go to uni or college. Sky Movies, because we've got Sky TV at home, so I can just on the go watch a movie if I really want. The Vivo app for all the new music videos out. That's a nice one just to have, just to scroll through sometimes. I've only just installed most of these, so they're not all set up. Right, I'm not going through all of this, but it wants to know who you like so that it can tailor the videos to you, which is quite nice, I suppose. Going on from that, Dice, which is a good app for that's a good app for ticketing, like tickets for, in England anyway, you can get good deals on gigs. So I'm in Manchester. Anyway, yeah, you can get gig tickets, and there's no booking fee on it, as you can see there. Yeah, they advertise and they're quite cheap. So, well, not that one, but yeah, that's quite good. Pinterest, that's just where you pin pictures. It's like a photo app, a bit like Tumblr. Stack, that's just an addictive game that I've not really spent much time on, but yeah. Dominoes for when I'm being a bit greedy. Flappy Bird's back, but it's a different edition, so it's like the opposite way around. So you've got to press to go down, which I find really strange. I'm not any good at it. Gmail, just for all of the Google Mail. Depop, which is a really good like shop for just any kind of retro vintage clothing, any kind of clothing really. People sell stuff on there, and yeah, I've bought some stuff on there before. It's quite good. You can get stuff for really cheap, really. Yeah, I'm selling a few things. So that's Depop. Fatsoma, pretty similar to Dice. It's just a ticketing app where you can buy tickets. typically cheaper than they usually are for events in small venues, really, not any arena kind of thing. So I think I've skipped like a whole row of apps, so I'm just going to go back. Google Maps there because it is actually better than the standard Maps app that's with the phone. Uber, which is really handy just for any kind of taxi when you're in a city or anywhere that has Uber, because black cabs cost so much money. These, you just tap and order it right to where you want it, and it's so much cheaper, and you can get free rides if you share your own code. So Uber's such a good app for me, especially living in Manchester where black cabs are just so expensive. So that's my favourite one for getting a taxi. Whittagram is just for my Instagram, where I'll show you actually on my Instagram. Most of my photos are bordered like this because the picture won't fit in properly because of the size. Well, I've just done it like this for a long time, so I've not changed it really, and that's how my pictures are. So they've got like a border around them, like the white bit. Yeah, so that's Whittagram. National Rail, that's just for all of my train journeys from home to Manchester and wherever I'm going really. And yeah, I think that's what I missed. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you liked it. I hope it wasn't too boring, because most of the apps you probably already know about or have yourself. I was just gonna give my insight into what I have on my iPhone. If you liked it, make sure you thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll be back soon with another video.